everybody! This is XXREMY300XX. You call me Ski, you call me Remy, you call me whatever you want. I don't care at this point. How's everybody doing on a Saturday night? Oh, had another banner week, but that's just me. I gotta hit the lottery or something, man. I'm telling you, this is this working thing is old hat, old shoe, bunch of crap. Let's check out and make sure we got our streams going here. Looks like that might be okay. All right. Okay. Good there. Take care of that. And last but not least, let's make sure we're up there. Yep, all good. Sweet. On with the show. So like I said, interesting week. For me, work sucks. That sums up that story. But hey, that's what you get when you work a regular job and then do this stuff for fun on the weekends. So here we are. I never know what the show is going to end up being like yet. I mean, I probably should try to think of some sort of format eventually. I've got some ideas, but I gotta get some things lined up for that. I don't know. I kind of like being able to just fly by the seat of my pants and never know what the hell I'm going to talk about. To me, that's a little bit more organic and real, I guess. But I do have some ideas. I think I'd like to get another 2-3 more months under my belt doing this, practicing and getting down where I'm interacting with chat real good, and then maybe we'll see what we can do. I mean, you know, it's always, when you're a little kid, you're like, oh, how cool would it be to be on TV if you were into that? You know, if you were not out playing baseball or football or hanging out as a kid. Sometimes, you know, you'd start having like the daydreams. Oh, I'd like to have my own TV show, or I'd like to be an actor on a show, or whatever. Be an actor in the movies, or fucking be some rock star up on stage for millions of people, you know. And then many years later, you get this opportunity where you get these platforms like Rumble and YouTube and X, where you can actually put your own show up, and then you go, well, I wish I'd have had some ideas back then on what to do for the show today. And that's usually how it goes for me. I have no clue. I hate to rip off Seinfeld with a show about nothing, but that's kind of what I'm dealing with. So how was your Saturday? Very uneventful for me, kind of resting up. Like I said, work all week and you just want to relax on the weekends and do something fun. So I was actually looking forward to kind of chilling out this weekend. Well needed, well earned rest and relaxation. And I really haven't, I actually kind of gave social media a break today and really didn't I think I might have surfed for a little bit when I got up to see what the hell was going on, and I mean, basically, anything I saw that was newsworthy, we're probably gonna bring up on our own show. Colin Lowry, what's up? Yeah, I'm showing my age, man. That's what happens. I'm up. Well, I guess I'm up normally at this time, so you're 5 hours ahead. So this is late for you, man. You are up way late. You are up way late. Me, I guess it's still early. It's 11 o'clock. And we're just hanging out. You missed my monologue. I tried not to bore anybody, but man, I just didn't have a lot going on today. Did not have a lot going on today. Okay. Oh, it's 4:05 a.m. over there. Yeah! I mean, come on, man. You get the most out of your weekends. You're up. You've been up. Oh my God, you were up. You were over on Reese's stream earlier. It's like, damn. And that was around 8. What was that, around midnight or 1 your time, right? When Reese was on? That might have been a little earlier. He started around 7:30 today, so. But yeah, welcome. You got any news for me from over across the great ocean, across the pond? Anything new happening in your area? I'm always willing to see what my neighbors are up to, and yeah. Yeah, I went from Reese's stream to Courtney's, and then you're ending up with me. It's that night shift thing, man. I'm up. I am usually up around 4 o'clock in the afternoon during the week to get ready to go into work, and then I get off at 6 in the morning, man. So it's like, holy shit. You talk about long ass nights. Ugh. But somebody's gotta keep the print world going all night long. Gotta keep the wheels rolling in America, man. You got to have the night shifters doing their thing. So, and then I get to the weekends, and then I get bored out of my skull, and then it's like, all right, let's do a live stream. Here we go. See what everybody else is up to. Most of my friends that are on day shifts, so 11 o'clock, they're all going to bed. They're all old, man. Not I'm old, but I'm not that old. I'm not that old, man. I still rock and roll all night, party every day, right? There's a party all night and rock and roll. Something like, you know what I mean. So yeah, like I said, you got anything going on over there across the pond that we could talk about tonight? Not as old as Frank, who's like 6 billion years old. That's the running joke, but I think he was playing bass on a dinosaur. I think he was had a saddle on a pterodactyl and was playing the bass. like 6 billion years ago, man. It had to have been crazy. Had to be better than any Kiss stage show. It's, you know what I'm saying. Just Frank on his fucking pterodactyl flying along. I mean, I'd pay to see that old footage. Maybe he's got some Polaroids from back in the day where we can see him on his dinosaur. I'm gonna get a Frank grievance before too much longer. He'll pop in and be like, "Oh, what the hell's going on here?" So, like I said, we were in Courtney's chat earlier, and she's spinning the old 1996 commercials. And whoever the hell shared it on YouTube, they were from Cleveland. And I'm like, of course. Of course. So, Colin, what were you doing in 1996? And maybe I'll share a little what I was doing in 96. Because that could be interesting. Because I know you're nowhere near as old as Frank or me. So, you know, I'm just a couple centuries behind Frank. Oh, God. I was 2 in 1996. Wow. Okay. I mean, your parents... okay. Okay, so... when we were little kids, not really 2. I mean, I think when I was 2, the parents still kept you in the house quite a bit and maybe go outside with you. But when we were like 5, 6, you know, kindergarten age, when they'd make you go out and wait for a bus, you know, they would make you go outside and play and you know, run around the neighborhood as long as it wasn't too far until you started getting older, and then they really kicked you out. It's like, just get the hell out of here. I mean, you know, the stories about Gen X are true. They used to just cut us loose, and it was like feral children for a whole summer until school starts again. So that was true. There were many times it was, we couldn't even walk in the house except maybe for lunch if we begged at the door, knocked on the door. Mom, I'm hungry. I need some lunch. So, you know, some of the Gen X stories are true. But, you know, when I'd probably say, you know, you're 5, 6 years old, and your parents, they would turn on the TV, and basically TV was a babysitter for many people in Gen X. Like, it was actually a thing where your parents, I know everybody's going to freak the fuck out here, but your parents would leave you at home to watch your other siblings, either younger or maybe your older siblings, would stay with you and watch you while they went out to do whatever the hell they did and be gone for like 2, 3, 4 hours. So that was commonplace. So if any of you Gen Xers that's out there watching me tonight, if you would like to back me up here, because I remember, you know, now they might say, okay, don't answer the door for anybody, but, you know, they locked the damn door behind them and out the door they went and did whatever the hell parents in the 70s and 80s did. I could only imagine it had a lot to do with drinking and smoking left-handed cigarettes. So, Come to mention it, I do kind of remember the parents smelling funny when they came home a couple times. So who knows? I mean, and patchouli wasn't around yet, so you know what I'm saying. You can only mask it with so much. I have a couple more cocktails, dear. It'll hide the smell of the weed. So Colin was 2 in '96. Let's see. I think I was doing the original band thing around '96. Probably spoke a spot too. Yeah, when they went out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The folks would go. I mean, they were all, you know, some of them might have been hippies from the 60s and into the early 70s with their bell bottoms and their funky little smelling cigarettes and raised hell and listening to Leonard Skinner and God knows what else, Black Sabbath, or now that's getting into the later 70s, but you know, no, I guess Sabbath was around since '69, so that's possible. They might have been jamming out to some Sabbath or Elvis. So yeah, '96. We were actually doing the original band thing, and I think between '96 and '97, I think we were actually working on a CD or a tape or something. Probably working on an album. So that's what I was doing then. I was doing printing back then too. So, and that was a trip. That was a trip. Because we were getting paid a whole hell of a lot less and working way more hours. And so, yeah, '96 was fun. But the place I was working was a blast. It still wasn't lame yet. So at least in '96, we still had some fun. And I think, yeah. Might occasionally, I think I was working nights. I think I was working nights then too, so. Living for the weekends then, and band practice and doing all that fun stuff, so. It was definitely, let's see. I think the music scene in '96 was kind of a lot of hardcore / punk and cover bands were really playing in the area around that time. So there were a lot of punk bands and a lot of hardcore bands. And I think there was a few of the we actually had some cool cover bands that used to go around and play some of the local places. So you could always find something going on. I think we were hanging out. We were still doing the bar hangout every once in a while too. So back when you weren't that old dude hanging out at the bar. You were still the young dude hanging out in the bar and having adult beverages and getting into shenanigans out in the real world. Yeah, because I mean, shit, let's see. I don't even think internet was widespread yet. I mean, Windows 95, so I mean that was your Windows stuff. So isn't that crazy? You were 2, and Windows 95 had only been out for a year. Wow. Yeah, I just dated myself there. But yeah, the fucking 90s, man. So let's see, 96, 12, 2006, or '06. So, yeah, 96, '06. Yeah, I do the math. So, when you were 12, it was 2006. So I'm trying to think of what the hell was going on there. So I got to use you, Colin, for a reference point. I got to start doing the math in my head, which sucks because, I hate math. So 2016, you were 22. So you were actually what? College? Did you go to college, Colin? Or university, or however you want to call it over there? Were you one of the higher education people, or did you go right into work? Because me, I should have probably gone to college for a little bit of something, but I okay, yes, in 2010 and 2011. Well, that's cool. I mean, college, was it all it's cracked up to be or not? I mean, you always hear all the stories about all the partying and stuff, at least here in the States. And, college kids being college kids and experimenting and God knows what else. So, I don't know. What's it like over there in the UK? Is it a little bit more serious? Or were you guys a bunch of heathens too? It's like I said, I probably should have gone, but I was too rock and roll along the time. That's all I wanted to make some money at work and play rock and roll. That's all I wanted to do. Then you could see how well it served me through the years. But hey, it was fun. It was fun. I think by about 98, I think by 98, our bass player quit, and we were kind of on a hiatus until we could find another bass player. And that lasted a few years. So that was unfortunate because, you know, once you start building a momentum trying to do stuff in a band, and then you lose somebody in the band, and then it takes a while to get somebody back, man, it's just, it kills the old morale. It really does. So I think right around 98 in through there, I think I joined a cover band for 3 or 4 years, something like that. And was just messing around with covers and having fun with friends. So I still played some, but it wasn't in the band that we had started in '94. So And it's definitely, like I said, it's got to. I'm hoping that college over in the UK is definitely not like college was here. Because I knew some people that should have probably never gone, because that's all a lot of them did was just party it up. I mean, a few of them I think actually got degrees and applied them, but I, you know what I'm saying? I think if they'd have had a little bit more vocational schools or trade schools that people could have gone to instead of going to college, that would have probably been a lot better for some of the folks out there. So I do support the trade schools. Go learn a trade. Go make some real money. But yeah, like I said, a lot of the '90s into the 2000s was cover band time, and you know, around here, there's that's about the only kind of entertainment you kind of get now is a lot of cover bands, because I mean, even some of the bars around here are kind of hurting since 2020. And everybody knows what that was, and I'm not going to go into it, but, you know, it was a defining moment, and it really kind of, it killed off the live music scene around here for a few years, and it's just slowly getting back. And now, like, you know, you got your cover bands, you got your tribute bands and stuff like that. And I knew a few people in some cover bands, and they seem to really dig that. And it gives you something to do on a Friday or Saturday night. Just go check out some live music. That's what I always looked out for before confining myself to streaming on the internet. I actually really haven't had but like one concert, two concerts this year. It's just kind of odd, because last year I did a whole lot more, and now this year it's just like there wasn't a whole lot of people to go see this year. So it's not been a very good concert year for Remy. I think one of the well, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, we saw Queensryche, or Jeff Tate from Queensryche last year. And I don't even remember. Like I said, it's just not been too many concerts this year, which is strange. A lot of the shows that I would like to see, I mean, Rush is out and touring, and the tickets it was just so expensive. So Motley Crue just went out, and normally I would be all over going to see Motley Crue, but the last time I saw them, it was rough, and yeah, exactly. Just playing the ticket prices. That's Colin. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to blame the ticket prices, because the shows they're outrageous. I mean, if you pay $100 to see a band, to me that's kind of a steep price, unless you're real close and it's somebody that you really want to see. And then I could kind of justify paying a little bit more for better tickets, but I just can't I can't justify spending a grand to see Rush. I mean, I never got to see Rush back in the day before Neil Peart passed away. And I don't even think tickets were that fucking expensive then. So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of I hate to harp on it sometimes, but it's kind of a big issue. Now, we do have a couple places where you could go, and I think you could be like out on the lawn where you're not close and spend maybe 50, 60 bucks, and it's a mid-sized venue, and that's not bad because you can still hear the music, and they still have the TVs up where you can actually see the band if you can't see the stage. And that's not bad to go see a band. It's just there really hasn't been a lot of bands going through that I really wanted to see or that I haven't already seen. I mean, Ted Nugent played like second week of July, and I'd already seen Ted Nugent. So I was like, you know what? Well, it's probably going to be about the same show. Plus all the merchandise that they sell you want to buy if you're really in the band. Yeah. Well, okay, but at the same time, the bands make more money off of merch than ticket sales. I mean, they make a good portion of it from ticket sales, but a lot of it is the merchandise that they sell. So I can't even say, oh, you know, yeah, it's expensive, but I mean, especially like the younger bands that are touring now, that probably makes up a lot of their income. So, oh, hey, what's up, Lounge Zinger? What's up, dudes? Maybe you could talk to Courtney into joining again later. Lounge Zinger, she is always welcome to come on. If she's bored, she's always welcome to come on. So you could give her a message from me and say, hey, you want to come on? I'll send her the link and we'll get her on. Did I research the Shags yet? No. Just from what Courtney sent me, I had looked into it. And I listened to a couple of the songs, and I was just banging my head against the wall, man. I was like, oh, wow. It's like, no wonder they did great drugs in the fucking 60s and 70s. Colin says, what's up, Lounge Singer? Yeah, Lounge Singer, we were sitting here talking about, you know, we was just in Courtney's stream, and she had the 90s playing, so we were kind of talking about what was going on back in 96, and I was kind of sharing my sad band stories from 96, and Colin was like 2, so he didn't really have a lot of stories for 1996. You know, I think a lot of toddler stories maybe, but I'll forgive him. He was, you know, just getting around 2 years old. So yeah, 90s was concerts in the 90s were cooler. That's for damn sure, and they were a hell of a lot cheaper. I mean, you know, wasn't some of the outrageous price. I mean, I think t-shirts in the 90s were maybe 15, 20 bucks. Maybe 25 for a concert shirt. Maybe 25 if it was really cool. And I mean, you know, I've gone to a few shows in the in the 00s, into the mid 00s, where I got and spent a little bit of money on some expensive shirts at shows. and still, I don't even think like the special T-shirts were up to $100 yet. Because like now you can get like the special blah 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 jerseys or shirts or some of that merch, and you drop 100 like that. I think I got like a jacket at the Jeff Tate show, and I dropped $100 bill on that. But it was pretty fucking cool. So, and you only live once, so I guess if I'm spending money on concert merch, I'm not out spending it on shady shit or booze that I don't need to be drinking. Which is always good. Not drinking. I already had an earlier stream that I proved that maybe doing shots and streaming is a bad thing. So we nipped that in the bud real quick. Although cocktail don't sound too bad right now. Do a couple shots. Nah, we're not going to do that. But I'm glad you popped in, Lounge Zinger. You keep an eye on Colin because he's it's late at night and he's all jacked up, man, and I gotta calm him down a little bit. He's all fired up. Do it, you want to. Nah, I'm gonna pass tonight. It's tempting. It is tempting, but I'm actually trying to behave myself. I've had a couple nights where I had a couple shots, and I did that a couple nights in a row, and basically I just went back to yeah. Oh, Colin, that is not right, dude. He's got the shot glasses up. It's the peer pressure, man. It's the peer pressure. I can't handle the peer pressure. You never did tell me what it was like going to college over in the UK. I was still waiting for that answer. You want me doing shots, and here I'm wanting to hear some college stories or stories about when Colin was in his 20s. Which probably wasn't that fucking long ago. Yeah, all right, yeah. See how he is. He changed the topic. He changed it around on me. He did. He's like, I don't want to talk about this. Let's get Remy some shots. Oh, okay. It was boring as hell. So, that just tells me that at least in the college you went to, there wasn't a bunch of parties. I think it's an American thing where they get drunk and act a fool. I mean, I've seen Animal House. I know what it's like, man. Internet don't lie and movies don't lie, man. I've seen PCU. There's a movie take you back to the 90s. Well, and in fact, this will take you back to the 90s. Can you name the movie that this was from? Can you name the movie that this shirt was featured in? We'll have a little bit of t-shirt trivia. Remy's got the t-shirt trivia going on. So anybody that's watching the stream and in chat, what movie character wore this shirt? And name the movie. And that will take you right back to the 1990s era. If you can name that movie up. At one time, I liked the guy's movies, so I guess I'll give you a little hints. If you can't figure it out, it's the T-shirt's a deep dive. So you really got to like that guy's movies. Colin's not taking the bait. He's probably like, oh, I was too. So yeah, I'll give you guys some time to dwell upon it in chat. I'll wait till yeah, there we go. Movie character was Jay. It was Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Very good, Colin. Did you get into the Kevin Smith stuff? Because there for a while, I loved his movies. And probably about the time after Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is when it kind of started going downhill. Because that movie to me was just hilarious. And everything before that, I mean, some people could argue that Chasing Amy was kind of dumb. But I liked it at the time. It wasn't his best, but, Kevin Smith, a lot of his dialogue in them early movies was just like rapid fire and funny. And then after Jay and Silent Bob, I mean, the fucking reboot was a tragedy. And Yoga Hosers was, I don't even know. I think that was just a movie that his kid was in to get her a credit, because that thing was abysmal. He had some other fucking movie that I mean, Tusk was weird, but I guess it was okay. The rebooting Jay and Silent Bob was ass. Clerks 2 was good. I still like Clerks 2. That had some pretty funny bits. So I guess that was after Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. And then the third Clerks, man, it was just like Dante got reamed in that movie. That was just sad. So it wasn't that the movie was I guess awful. I just didn't like what they ended up doing to the characters in it. I just kind of, I was like, Kevin Smith, what are you doing, dude? This shit used to be great, man. Jay and Silent Bob featured an Afro Man because I got high music. Yeah. Well, yeah, but that wasn't. The characters were great. That, you know, they were like the Bill and Ted of the late 80s into the early 90s. You know what I'm saying? They were just that duo that made you laugh and shit. And I just, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I used to be a fan of all his stuff, and then it just, it's like he lost his will to live at times. And it just kind of came out in his movies. So I'm still going to lament what could have been if he'd have kept his edge. And I mean, you know, I watched that comic book men show that was on there for a while, and that was kind of cool because it was real life and it was in his comic book store. But, you know, that's, I mean, unless he scripted some of that shit. But I thought that was just more like one of those reality TV shows that they showed on fucking MTV, which ruined everything, taking away music videos off of MTV. That was a sad state of affairs. And them getting rid of Headbangers Ball, man. I just, you get me started, I'll go on a rant. MTV was music television, okay? So if there was any business that I would want to see Elon fucking buy now, would be buy MTV, put videos on it 24/7, get rid of all that other garbage, and let's have music television the way it was meant to be. We'd have flying cars and shit. Ask any Gen Xer. We'd already had flying cars if MTV would have been playing music videos from then to now. I mean, I think it's a legitimate opinion. I do. So, yeah, if I had any wish, it wouldn't be for fucking Elon buying the fucking Odyssey and making the Odyssey movie with Mel Gibson. It would be fucking buy MTV and put music videos back on it. That's it. Elon, I know you're watching me on X. I know. That's the one thing you could do for me. Daddy Musk, please. Buy back MTV. Put the videos back on, dude. It would make Remy so happy. You'd have happy Remy. I'd be dancing around and rainbows would be flying out of my butt and all that stuff. The world would be at peace. Oh. Gotta love a Saturday night. I'm telling you. Alright, we're going to pop over here real quick and check some things. Alright. Let me go down here. Alright, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Since Lounge Zinger said take care of some business here, people. Just hold on a second. And we'll just send an invite out. See if Courtney's paying attention to her X account. I sent her a link. We'll see what happens. You never know. So yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, I already, yeah, okay. I went on my tirade about MTV, so I've got that all out of my system. About the only other thing that I guess I would like to see happen would be, yeah. Yeah, she's probably not paying attention to her X account. Well, it's kind of hard to send a link. I could send a link in chat here, but then anybody who wanted to pop on would be popping on. I'd have a whole bunch of guests, which might not be a bad thing. Maybe we could get Lounge Singer to actually make an appearance on cam. Or Colin, if you want to be on. Would you like to be on tonight? Would you like to be a guest? I'll leave that proposition out to you. Do you got a webcam on your laptop? Do you want to pop on? I can make things happen, man. I'm like I've said before. I'm here to serve and entertain you guys. That's my job. That's my job on a Saturday night, to entertain you guys and burn up some time and keep you all entertained. Okay. I don't have his laptop. I'm currently using my phone. Okay. Yeah, see what I mean? People give me shit about excuses. They do. Well, yeah. Autocorrect and yeah. Don't think. Yeah, I have problems spelling Mortal Kombat, so I cannot blame the autocorrect on that combat. It was just a dumb moment. I had a dumb moment in Reese's stream, and I was like, oh yeah, it is a K. yeah, I had a dumb moment. It happens. When you go live, you never know. You just never know what's going to happen. And I guess I should probably... yeah. It's goddamn Mortal Kombat, Remy, not Mortal Kombat. Yes. Thank you. And the guy that speaks and spells proper English is on me about my spelling. It's Mortal Kombat with a K. Thank you, Colin. Reese already gave me enough shit. I felt stupid for doing that. But again, as long as it's entertaining, I guess we'll let it fly. We will just let it fly. We'll use the excuses while we got him. Colin's on his phone. He can't be a guest. Okay. Get you a laptop and we'll get you on. Of course, Lounge Singer hasn't said anything since I said, hey, why don't you come on? Why don't you come on? Because that would be some interesting conversation. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. The internet never forgets. I also gave you some shit too on Reese's stream. I let it slide. See? Yeah. Exactly. Oh, man. Okay, Lowndes, I'm driving to Domino's. He had to have that Domino's pizza, man. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. No. It's 30 minutes or less, dude. It's 30 minutes or less, and they deliver. They deliver. I'm gonna call bullshit on that one, just a little bit. Just a little bit. But I don't. If you are driving, keep your eyes on the road and off your damn phone, because I'm not that important to die for a pizza. Okay. Where's our damn pizza? Exactly. Exactly, Colin. Where's our damn pizzas, Lounzinger? $7 to deliver? Are you kidding me? Hell no, I'm too cheap. When did they start that shit? Really? That's insane. $7 to deliver a fucking pizza? Excuse my French? Really? Oh, what's the food delivery shit? I know them fuckers got to be charging at least $7 or more. That ain't right. I'm sorry. That is not right. I gotta protest. I don't blame you. Lounzinger, drive your ass over to Domino's and pick your pizza up, because that is bullshit. $7 for delivery, man. I'm gonna put that up. I gotta ponder this for a couple minutes. Because I mean, hell, they used to tell us we were outside of a delivery area if they didn't want to send their pizza guys out. And then some of the other places still delivered, but they never, I don't think they ever charged, unless they did it in the cost of the pizza. Man, that's going to bother me for a while. Fuck that $7 shit. And then the drivers want a tip on top? I don't get out enough. I don't order enough pizza, I guess. I get the cheap ones and make them at home. So I'm even cheaper than you, Lounzinger. I get it totally, dude. It's all forgiven. All love, man. Nothing but love. Just you save that $7, dude. We're all good. Fucking $7 to deliver. Fuck. Fuck no to tipping the driver for delivering your pizza. Well, okay, Colin, but you gotta. All right, let me set this up for you. So, you don't tip over in the UK your waiters or waitresses or anything like that. Okay, you don't tip your barmaids, so there's not really a tipping. Whatever the hell you call it. You know what I'm talking about. So there's not really a widespread tipping that goes on over in the UK. But over here, if we would actually like order a pizza, you would tip the driver like $2, $5, something like that. And you go to a restaurant, and if your waitress is decent, you'll tip her. So, you know, that's more of a thing over here in the States. So a lot of your service industry that serves you in restaurants, if they do a good job, you should give them at least a tip. Now, I don't agree with some of the tipping that they've done since 2020, where they try to get you to tip in the store and nobody's serving you. That's kind of, I think that should have kind of gone away after all that. But okay, sometimes I tell them to keep the delivery drivers, keep the change depending on how I feel. Okay, so you see what I'm saying. So yeah, we will do that too, but at least a few years back, if your delivery driver would bring you something, you might $2-3, something like that, because they're getting paid to drive it. So you give them a little something for not stepping on your pizza or dumping the damn thing in the car. Yeah, exactly. But again, we have that over here. And you never know, because, if you've ever seen the movie Waiting, which I hope is a gross exaggeration of what they do to your food in the back if you piss them off. But that's... So, they try to earn the tips. And plus, anybody who's done, like waitresses, they pay them less on the hour anyways, Colin. So even if you have minimum wage of whatever it is here, that doesn't happen for wait staff and stuff like that, because the tips will make up for what they don't make in regular hourly salary. So that is true. Or I just go to the shop and collect it after ordering it on the Just Eat app. Can't be ours too. Or I just pop in the shop, order my food instead of getting it delivered. Yeah. Well, sometimes it's just better to go get it if you got time, if you're not in the middle of something. I mean, there were times when we might be having band practice, and I might get some money together and we'd want to eat some pizza after band practice. So, we're practicing, and then the doorbell rings, and then, you got your pizza there ready to go, and you bring it in, and everybody stops practice, and then eats, and then we go back practicing. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just whatever's convenient. For us, that was the only thing that made sense, was, we'll just order a pizza, and we've got a half an hour till it gets here, so we'll take a little break, and then we'll go back to band practice. So it's just how that works. I mean, if you go to a restaurant now, I mean, you can add a tip at any time, and hell, they've even got it broke down if you want to do 5% or 10% or whatever, and then it gives you the option to touch on it to what you want to do. And I'm like, I just ordered it. I'm standing here waiting for it. I'm ordering in the restaurant. You're just getting the food ready. You still have to do it. So that, to me, that's kind of it's kind of iffy. So, Colin, what kind of pizza places do you have? Like some of the chains we've got over here? So I could get kind of an idea what's going on over there in case I ever want to hop across the pond and come visit. Do you even have anything like Domino's? Do you have any chain pizzas over there? Because we've got Domino's and Papa John's, and then we got the mom and pop shops that might be in a few towns, or Pizza Hut. I mean, I'm sure you might have Pizza Hut over there in the UK. And for me, it was, if you were going to go to Pizza Hut, you want to go in to the restaurant, which they've made the news where a lot of these Pizza Huts are going retro and going back to the old design and eating in the place. And I'm actually interested to see if that's going to happen. Okay, let's see what we got here. Colin says the minimum wage here is £12.71 per hour for over 21, and 18 to 20-year-olds is £10.85 per hour. Under 18 is £8 per hour. We got Papa John's and Pizza Hut and Domino's. Okay, so you've got the bigger chains. So that's fucking cool. I mean, again, there are small mom and pop type pizza shops all over. I mean, hell, the town that I work in, the local bar has got some pretty decent pizza. And you could call them up and they've got like a drive-through where you could pick up your liquor and stuff, like your beer, and you drive through the damn thing, and you could tell them you're there to pick up your pizza order, and they just bring it right out to your car, and out the big door you go. And that's something that I wonder wouldn't work. I don't know. You might get robbed over in the UK right now. I don't know. Maybe that's what I need to do. Is I need to do a video one time of me going through a drive-through and order a 6-pack of beer and a pack of smokes, so you could see what I'm talking about, Colin. Because we've got them in our area. I think everybody in my area drinks, so it almost looks like a big garage, and it's got a garage door on each side, and they just open it up, and you just pull your car in and ask for whatever you want, and then you drive on through, man. It's crazy. But we've got them all over the places where I live. Now you can't get hard liquor, but you can pick up your beer and your pop, your soda pop, and snacks and stuff like that. It's like a convenience store that you just drive through. That's the best way I can describe it. It's not like hopping down to the tobacconists or the chemists. Trying to think of all my UK terms. You go down to the chemist for your drugs and your cigarettes and stuff, right? Of course, I don't know. Are you even allowed to smoke in the UK anymore, or is that all been illegal? We have to do a Mythbusters again sometime. Dispelling the UK and the United States myths. But hey, World Cup kind of dispelled some of them. I've seen a lot of positive reactions coming from some people that have come to visit for the World Cup, and I mean, a couple of them are, oh, this is what I miss about America. Makes me feel good. But if you got Papa John's and Pizza Hut and Domino's, what more do you need? What more do you actually need? Oh. I almost wish Backhand was here so we could talk about the Australian myths. That would actually be interesting to go through. I'm sure he'd have some input on that. Because he's not across the pond, he's down under. So, have you been to the States, Colin? I can't remember if you mentioned that in a previous stream or not. Because really, I think it's all about where you end up. Because in my area, it's all very rural areas and cornfields and bean fields and cows and pigs. There's a lot of farmland out here. So you don't have to worry like you would if you went to New York City. It's very quiet living out here. You might get the neighbors want to light off some fireworks or some shit like that, but that's what it's like around here. Pretty laid back. Okay. I mean, it's so laid back that for many years I just would have band practice out in the garage, and the neighbors wouldn't get too bent out of shape with it. So that's that good old country living where you could actually have band practice in the afternoon, and your neighbors might even sit out on the porch and listen. So it's not a bad gig. Oh. Well, I hope Lounge Zinger got his pizza all right. Now he's gonna make me want to go get something to eat. Although it did grab a little something. Okay, here we go. Colin's gonna break some myths here. I can still buy tobacco as I smoke myself, and the generational ban comes into effect on the 1st of January 2027, as the legal age will keep going up by a year for those born from 2009 onwards. No shit. Wow. Wow. So they're going to try to wipe it out. Damn. That is crazy. Okay, thank you, Colin. Yes, I have mentioned in a previous stream I've been to America. Gerald, I can't help it, man. I got I keep an eye on chat, and I want to make sure that I don't miss something, and then I miss something, or I get somebody confused with somebody saying something. So, because I know the stream that you and Blue Shirt were on, because I know he's been over here too. So I wasn't sure if it was just him or you had both been over here. So, I mean, would you want to move over here if you had the opportunity, or are you just pleased with visiting? I mean, inquiring minds want to know. I guess it all depends on where you're living over there. Because I don't see how anybody can live in the big cities. I know there's more to do. Like I wouldn't live in New York for all the money in the world. I really wouldn't. Or LA or any of the great big metropolitan areas. I just don't. That's too fast paced, and it's just. I just don't want to deal with all them fucking people. Just to be honest. Maybe I am getting too old and grumpy that I don't think I could handle all those people in the bigger cities. They're trying to get people who are the younger generation not to smoke, because they will never legally be able to buy tobacco. And nope, so we get free NHS instead of paying for going to the hospital. Okay, I get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it, because what's the tax rate compared to? Because I know the tax rate in Canada is really high on a lot of stuff, and they've got the socialized health care up there. So, I mean, without getting super political, I mean, I think all medical shit is just overpriced. And I know our system over here, they've racked the fuck out of the prices because they know the insurance companies are going to pay it. And that's why they make deals. I mean, I know it's the way of the world, but I don't know. I can't. Something about it just kind of goes, A lot of people, they want that, but it's just small steps before you get into areas I don't want to go politically. We'll just leave it at that. Well, if you're able to shop around, if you had better access to more competitive insurance companies to make it a little bit more affordable. So I'm very cool with keeping it competitive instead of government run anything. I'm not big on I really am not. I like a minimalistic government, and you know what I'm saying? It's a pleasant idea, but I just don't think it's, like I said, I don't dig big government at all. So, and that's about as far as I'm going to go. This is where I need Mikey. I need Mikey to bail me out on this shit. That's it. He does the political stuff on the side. He delves into that on his other channel. When we do our show, it's we completely keep the politics out because it's, to me, music should unite people and you shouldn't have the division. And that's where we try, we try to keep it to where it's very middle of the road. We respect other people's political opinions and so forth and so on. And that's why I don't get into it because I don't know enough. But I just know that there's still flaws with our insurance in our country. And I just think that's when you get too many big corporations in charge of insurance and there's no competition, then that keeps them from lowering it. Thank you, Colin. Woo! Yeah, thank you. You still put me on the spot, you fuck. I was dancing around. It's like, do I really want to? No, I don't really want to go there. But thank you. Thank you for letting me off the hook. Yeah, I know. I got to get off the middle of the fence here on some things. I know what I like and I know what I don't like, and I'm really, yeah, okay. That's my job, putting you on the spot. Thank you, Colin. I do appreciate being put on the spot. You just like to see me. I might have to go get that fucking shot now. See what you did? Got me all fucked up. Alright, so what's the verdict? Since I'm off the hook, with the politics. Alright, yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. So, give me 1 second. Let me see if I got anything. All right. I'm going to give you one of our songs that my band did. I'm going to kill the cam for a second, and I think I'm going to maybe get a shot or two. So we'll take a short little break. You might want to turn your volume down a little bit because I think this is going to be awfully loud. So give me 1 second and I will be right back with you.
Something that was sent from the heavens, and they called it the Big Rock. And they called it the Big Rock. And they called it the Big Rock.
There we go. So yeah, I had to find something to kill a little time. I will occasionally put up an original song from my band. I don't even know if that one's out. I mean, I think we sold that locally, and I don't know if that album. Yeah, gave into your peer pressure for drinking shots. Yes, I sure did. I think the put me on the spot with the politics and my eagerness to not really pick a side or out myself on where I stand has got me giving me the jitters. So, all right, let's do a little bit of Jaeger. And it's nice and icy cold. So, here we go. Colin, this one goes out to you and Lounge Zinger and anybody else that's watching tonight. It's Saturday night. I've got probably about another half an hour of stream to do. So I'm gonna break my rule, and I'm actually gonna do a shot for everybody out there. So here's to you, all the people out there that work all week long and you live for your weekends and your adult beverages. And I swear, 2 is the max tonight. So I'm promising this one and one more before the end of the show, and we can all zip on into the rest of our weekend. And here's to you guys. Oh, yum. Oh, yeah. Woo. Oh. There we go. That'll get the old blood pumping. Get a shot, get a smoke. And what else do we want to talk about tonight? Like I said, unless I get a surprise guest at the last minute, I'll probably wrap this up probably about 1 a.m. my time. So we'll be into Sunday. Oh, here we go. Okay, Colin. I used to have shots of Jägermeister when I was like 18, when I used to mix my drinks. Yes. I can honestly say, in my career of alcohol abuse through the years, because that's basically what it was. I was one of those drink on the weekend binge drinkers at one time. So I could go all week long, never have a drop. But Friday or Saturday rolled around, and then it was like, okay. And I drank to get a buzz. That was it. So it was weekend warriors, partying on the weekends, drinking with friends, very social. But there was a lot of binge drinking involved. And I got to a point where I cut it out and quit for quite a while. And there were some other reasons that I quit. And so it was like that was like 3 years that I went and completely didn't drink at all. So I know if I really want to do it and not have anything to drink, it's just I can quit. I know I can quit, but I've kind of one to have some cocktails and one to get a little buzz every once in a while. So anything in moderation, except for the smoking. So that's the one thing that'll probably get me in the end. But you know, you got to have something to relieve the stress of your work week. So, you know, I get it. People smoke, people have drinks, people smoke weed. I don't even care about that anymore. I mean, within reason. I mean, you ask somebody who smokes weed, and you know, it's like, okay, so you smoke a joint and you get high, and then a half hour later you smoke another joint. I mean, aren't you already high? You know, is that wasting weed? I don't know. It's more acceptable now than what it was 10 years, 20 years ago. I mean, some laws have changed. I think you can grow up to 6 plants in the state I'm in, legally, on your own, for personal use. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just, and they've got dispensaries now where you can go in, and I don't know if you have to have a card or not. I'm not, like I said, I don't, that's the only thing I don't mess with. I don't smoke the ganja. Don't smoke the left-handed cigarettes. So, you know, anybody in the weed culture, if that's what you like, man, go ahead. If it's legal in your state, have at it. So, you know, if that's what you want to do and you're an adult, have at it. But I never liked it. Like back in the day, I have tried it a few times here and there, and I actually inhaled, and it was always something different. So I don't even know how to describe it. I don't even know if I could compare it to alcohol, because it was just, some of the stuff was just, you get a little buzzy and feel a little lightheaded, and then some stuff you didn't want to move, you didn't want to talk, and you just kind of sat there going, and I think with alcohol, you can kind of control a little bit better. Uh-oh. Got a Courtney raid. Well, awesome. So welcome anybody from Courtney's stream. I appreciate that, Lounge Singer. Did you get your pizza at least? Now I'm over here. I broke down and had to dig out the Jaeger. Okay, Collins, yes, it's 6 plants per person in the state you're in, and the household limit is 12 plants with 2 or more adults. So, like I said, the weed culture people, if it's legal where you're at, go for it, man. Because I know a couple people that grow for their own use, and you know, if that's what you... I even think the drug testing is been changed here in Ohio, so I don't even know if they check for THC anymore. So it's kind of weird, because a lot of places that I worked at, if you tested positive, you could lose your job. Okay, Lounge Singer says, is pot all legal in the UK like it is here? Colin, you're our man across the pond. This is your department, so I'm waiting eagerly for your input. I've been clean of drugs for over 14 years. Okay, but the question Lounge Singer says is pot all legal in the UK? So we're gonna myth bust a little bit on what's going on over in the UK. So is it legal in the UK? And what is legal in the UK? That's kind of an interesting question. Good one, Lounge Singer. Wonder if they are more or less liberal on drugs over there. Well, that's like I said, we gotta tap our man across the pond and see what he says. I mean, again, if you're a grown adult and you want to do drugs, legal drugs, because I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that is really nasty that, I mean, the fentanyl over here kills motherfuckers. So, you know, I still think there should be illegal drugs. No, not all legal, as if you're caught in possession, it can land you in prison for up to 5 years. It's only legal via prescription. Wow. Wow. Loud Singer says 5 years for pot. It must be. I still think there's rules for the people that go over to Amsterdam, honestly. So I still think you could smoke in Amsterdam in the cafes that you're allowed to smoke in. So I still think they're even kind of strict, even though they allow it. So, oh wow. Colin says supply and production of cannabis will land you 14 years in prison. So, no go in the UK. Well, hey, just think of what that dealing drugs in fucking Turkey. They'll throw your ass in prison for what, 20 years? I mean, they had a movie back in the 70s about a guy that got busted with drugs on him, and he was in a Turkish prison. I can't remember what the hell the damn thing was called. Yeah. Loud Singer says, I was just going to say, I remember some old movie. Midnight Cowboys? Was that it? Yeah. But that was like, I remember that when I was younger and caught a little bit of that movie and was like, Turkish prison? Oh, hell no. Let's see if that's it. Let me... Nope, it wasn't Midnight Cowboy. Midnight Express. Okay. I think that might be it. Okay, yep, that was it. Very good. Very good. Lounge Singers on top of it. Lounge Singers on top of it. Midnight Express. Yeah, that's crazy. I heard there was some trash talk about the Shags earlier. Courtney! What's up? What's up? Colin's going to show a little love to Courtney, too. He's waving. Hi, Courtney. Midnight Express. God damn, that was 1978. Based on the true story of American student Billy Hayes, who was imprisoned in Turkey for attempting to smuggle hashish. Yeah, Lounge Singer. Yeah, Remy, let's see you defend your position now. Wow. I still stand by the Shags. It was god awful. It was. I'm not even excusing the fact that they were shut in a cellar with no sunlight and no music and had to learn their shit in the cellar. Yes, they are bad. They were bad. It was beyond bad. It was an experiment gone awry. It was Flowers in the Attic, okay? Do you remember that shit? Flowers in the Attic? Oh, shit. Colin says, I heard you forgot to get some groceries from the store. Courtney. Well, you're just going to have to clear that up for me. Oh, Lounge Singer, I say there's no better musical training than that. Yes! Enslave your children in your cellar. It's almost a fucking war crime, Lounge Singer. Come on! Come on! I mean, I know our parents used to treat us bad, but there's a fucking fine line. Told you, Remy, you and Courtney both need that. Hey! Generation X. We were feral. We were feral. Them fucking latchkey kids. Your parents said, hey, when you get home from school, let yourself in with this key and go in the house and do your homework, and if I'm not home to make dinner, you can make yourself a sandwich, and you might be lucky to get dinner if I did get home. I don't know. Why is Generation X all fucked up? You know, let yourself in the house, go down in the basement, and get on your guitar and your drum and your piano and lock yourself back in the cellar. I don't know. What's wrong with that fucking picture? That was some cool shit. So I'm just gonna put that out there. And I think there was something wrong with Kurt Cobain, that he thought that was genius on a music level. I think he was trolling people. Yeah, see, no structure. When you have no structure and you can run feral in the streets, you're more creative. I'm just saying. That's where you would go in and get the pots and pans out and make your own drums. Yeah, they had structure because they had no fucking choice. That was cruel. That is one of the cruelest music stories I've ever heard in my life. So I'm going to land on the Shags were abused children. It may not have been a lot of physical abuse, but that was some mental abuse to do that to those kids. That was wrong. He should have let them out to be feral. Be feral, and they would have been more creative. Because then they would have had to figure out how to stop the bleeding from wrecking on your bike and not wanting to go to the hospital because your parents were going to beat your ass. Courtney says I wouldn't call what the Shags had structure. Well, I guess a prison sentence gives you structure, right? I mean, 3 hots and a cot will give you structure. Loud Singer says, okay, fine. Slightly encourage structure. Did they even have lights in the fucking basement? Come on now. Come on. I think the dude was fucking unstable. He saw the vision that was was given to him as a premonition, and he might as well have started a cult in Waco, I guess. If we're gonna go extremes, yeah, you just start a cult in Waco or whatever. Okay, Colin, I call what the Shags had was child abuse from their dad. Lounzinger Lights, training in the dark makes you stronger. Courtney says they couldn't have had lights. You can tell they can't see their instruments. Just grab something and go. That is still that is still the wildest fucking story I've ever heard. I mean, and I've heard some stories, some Led Zeppelin myths from back in the day, you know, when it was cool for rock stars to do things with groupies and trash hotel rooms. I mean, I read the fucking dirt from Motley Crue, the book, and not the fucking movie, because the movie was tame compared to half the stories in the dirt. And that was some wild fucking debauchery. So there's fucking levels of weird in rock and roll music. The Shags is right up there, though. The Shags is right up. The kids today needing their lights and food or not being shackled. So hey, Lounzinger, you know. Colin says smashing TVs through hotel windows. Yes, that was nothing compared to the 70s and some of the wild ass shit you hear about the 70s. I mean, Kiss had a song called Plaster Caster, okay? Didn't Motley Crue put their peonies in burritos? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Oh shit, Courtney, that was fucking funny. Remy, is this true? Is probably owns one of them. The burritos. I don't remember the burrito, the beans in the burritos. He sees it hanging up on the wall. Lounge Singer. Yes, I've got some Motley hanging on the wall up there. That is true. Yeah, and yeah, Colin's laughing at Courtney. I just think Colin likes hearing Courtney make me laugh. So he gets to hear my hyena laugh, which is real. That's a real laugh. I mean, I personally, I heard they put their peonies in their burritos to hide the smell of vagina. Okay. All right. Now, all right. Do you have, no, Loud Singer. I do not have a Motley burrito, but I have a Motley brew. I do have a Motley brew. And that was some nasty ass drink they sold back in the 2000s. They had a Motley brew. It was like a fucking bottle of, well, it might have been in the late 90s, 99. And Courtney, it was a contest. It was a contest that Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee had of who could go the longest without showering. Okay, so these nasty fuckers went weeks. It was weeks. And they were still having sex and banging groupies and not washing. So I remember that. I don't remember the burrito part, dude. I just maybe it was they wiped themselves with burritos to kill the smell, but I don't think I remember that part in the book. But I remember that they had that contest. What kind of burrito can handle a Tommy Lee? Oh, we're gonna go there, aren't we? It better be a grande burrito. Yeah, that was also in the 90s, wasn't it? Late 90s, early 2000s. That the Pam and Tommy video came out. You guys you're just trying to fucking kill me here. All right. I shared the Motley Crue nasty story. Yeah, but that was I do remember that out of the book, that the nasty fuckers went like weeks without bathing. I could not imagine yeah, Colin's laughing at fucking at Lounge Singer. Are you drinking a Motley brew? No, I am having a half of an Old Friends. And I'll tell you what an Old Friends is in a minute. What else would they use to hide the smell other than a burrito? Tuna melt from Subway would probably hide the nasty shit that those guys were into. That was nasty. That was fucking nasty. Colin says, when are we not trying to kill? Yeah. I gotta admit, Courtney cracks me up on a fucking regular basis. And I think the cutest part is the little snort she gets when she gets a laughing. Because I get a little snort every once in a while too, and not the fun kind, the kind. So, is Courtney done for the night, or does she want to come on and join in the shenanigans on the stream? Because I'm about to oink oink, yeah. I'm a little piggy. There's your Cartman. There's your Cartman for the night. Yes. Courtney, if you feel like popping on for a little bit, I sent you a link in your X messages. So check your X messages if you feel like popping on. Click the link and join. Yeah, Lounge Singer says to look into Burrito Gate. Burrito Gate. That's good one. And Colin says, pay attention to your X DMs, Courtney. Yeah, because I don't even know if she checks her links on Discord. I usually if I'm not specifically in Discord, I usually shut mine down, so I don't get to see some of the stuff you guys post in Discord until after the fact. It's, oh man, I'm telling you what. Okay. All right. See, there you go, guys. There you go. Hey, man, I just ended my stream. I'm getting ready for bed. There you go. So, Burrito Gate, we'll have to wait till we can get Courtney on and we can talk about Burrito Gate. And now I'm going to have to dig up the book and read through it again so I can fact check that burrito story. Loud Zinger says, I just Ubered a burrito to try it out. Oh, yeah, you guys are fucking killing me. All right. We're going to do our second and final shot of the night. I hate to disappoint you guys. Courtney's not going to come on to play, gentlemen. So I think Remy's going to take a shot and we'll shoot the shit for maybe another 10 minutes. And then I think I'm going to actually, I think I'm going to chill out with the dog and watch some Mortal Kombat with the K. We're going to check out the new Mortal Kombat movie. So, here we go. Here's a shot to chat. Courtney, I hope you got you're all snuggled in your PJs and getting ready to crash and doing the face mask stuff or whatever chicks do when they're getting ready to go to bed. Do your nails. Put the shit between your toes to do your nails. Maybe that's something we need to talk about. What does Courtney do before she gets ready for bed? Colin, now Loud Zinger's going to try to put his wiener in a burrito to try the Burrito Gate. Please do not share that information. If he tries Burrito Gate, we'll have to take his word for it. Okay, Courtney says I'm just gonna wash my face, no face mask or toenails or anything. Okay, so she very low maintenance. Courtney, the gentlemen out there are going to love you. I don't know why you're still single. I don't. Low maintenance, you are the unicorn, my dear. You truly are. Loud Singer says, of course, like all gentlemen do. Burritos and apple pies? Is that the trend now? I mean, you know, American Pie was a few years back. Okay, Lounge Singer says we saw a 50s commercial with radioactive makeup remover. She needs to add that. I don't even think... I think when we were in school, the only thing they had us do was if there was a tornado, the tornado drills, and they made you get under the fucking desk. Or go out in the hall up against the wall. I think that was the only two things that was going to keep us alive in case of a tornado. Cheers, everybody. Woo! Damn. Yeah, them Jaegers are rough tonight. Fuck. Woo. This is why I don't drink on stream. So you're getting the tail end of a couple Remy cocktails of sorts. Damn. Oh. That's why we don't drink Jaeger that much anymore. Lounge Singer says, sure, as long as they are nuke-proof desks, I guess. I just think they should have just said, bend over, put your head between your legs, kiss your ass goodbye for a nuke. We didn't have nuke training. It was all tornadoes. Okay, Courtney's doing some research here. Google says that according to the memoir, the Motley Crue guys put their peenies in egg burritos. Okay. Courtney doesn't need radio makeup, Lounge Singer. She's beautiful the way she is. See? Courtney's getting a little bit of love after all the nasty talk she's got about egg burritos and Motley Crue's peenies. And they got them from a place called Noggles. Okay, alright, I'll have to get the book. I'm going to have to get the book and get a memory refresher on this. But I will say, Courtney, in your free time, look up the phone call that a couple groupies made when they were in the hotel room with Motley Crue. So that is some fine internet research. Lounge Singer says, Colin, but who isn't more beautiful with a radioactive glow? And then he's following up, so they wanted their peens to smell like eggs. She's looking it up on Google, Lounge Singer. I'm trying to remember shit from the book. And, like, the phone call. I remember the phone call, and I remember them having the gross out contest with Ozzy. And that was when they were snorting ants and licking up bodily fluids. So that was gross. And the phone call and the crazy shit when they were shooting alcohol up. So they would take liquor and was shooting it up. And Courtney says they thought it would hide the smell of intimate encounters. Well, I mean, if Nikki Sixx would ever want to come on the show and dispel some of the rumors that they wrote in a fucking book, he's more than welcome to come on and tell us about his peeing in an egg burrito. I just don't. Courtney says they hadn't heard of butt chugging yet, I guess. Oh my God. Loud Singer says, okay, we are reading this chapter next stream. Oh my fucking God. Quality entertainment, I guess. I guess I could pick a chapter to read out of the dirt from Motley Crue. I mean, it was an interesting book. Colin's laughing at Courtney. Yeah. Lounge Zinger says so many questions, like did they eat the burritos after? Jesus fucking Christ. Well, if it was before they made it big, I would say, yeah, they probably ate them fucking burritos. I mean, I read the Heroin Diaries that Nikki Sixx did, and if you ever thought about fucking doing hard drugs like heroin, I would suggest reading that fucking book because it might change your mind. That fucking book was fucking crazy. Some of the shit he was talking about in that book. Yeah, Colin says, I'm guessing probably Lounge Zinger. Lounge Zinger says, true, can't go around wasting food. If you believe the fucking stuff that some of them bands in Hollywood were talking about, like Guns N' Roses and like Poison, and some of them guys were talked about they would date girls just to have a place to crash and to get a meal because they were all fucking broke as fuck and trying to make it out there. And just imagine, Poison, Motley, Guns, and those guys, they made it eventually. But how many of them other people that were around in that time that didn't fucking make it? So, it was a crazy time in the 80s that those people were out there trying to make their dreams come true out in LA and Hollywood and all, They were trying to make it, and how many of them that you didn't hear about that might have done some crazy shit? Okay, Colin says, I've read Slash's book. Awesome book. I didn't know Slash had a book. I read The Dirt. I read The Heroin Diaries by Nikki Sixx. And I actually read the Ozzy book. And that was actually really fucking good. Was Vince at fault for that car accident? Yes. Very much so. Yes. And he did talk about that in the book. How many bands put their peenies in burritos? Damn it, Courtney! that was a story that, like I said, I don't fucking remember that. If it was in the book, it was in the book. And if anybody was gonna do stupid, crazy band shit, Motley Crue probably did it. I mean, I do remember they got in a fight with the guys in AC/DC because Motley would bite people they liked. And I think they bit Malcolm, and fucking Malcolm and Tommy got in a fist fight or some shit. And Malcolm's like, he's like 5'5", maybe, if that. I know Angus is like 5'3", so if those guys were gonna throw down with Tommy Lee was like 6'3", or some shit like that. They were trailblazers not only in 80s metal, but in food-related hygiene. Oh, god damn it, Lounge Singer. Wait, you read this book and forgot about the peen burrito? I don't remember that part. I fucking don't. I remember all the other stupid, crazy shit that they did in the book. But it's been a while. I'm old, fucker. My memory, I only have space for so much shit up in this brain after a certain point. And me not picturing Motley Crue sticking burritos all over their peens. Do you blame me for fucking pushing that out? That is trivia that just does not need to be floating around up in this fucking cranium. Okay? Alright? There's some things that should be forgotten. And if it's Motley Crue sticking their dicks in a burrito, Lounge Singer, yes, I blame you. If something's gotta go, the Motley Crue peen burrito. Maybe that's what they need to sell at the shows. They're out on tour. That's what they should sell now. Peen burritos. God damn. We're looking at some money, man. We can make some cash selling Motley peen burritos. I think we jumped the fucking rails, people. Yes, a new Taco Bell item. Just don't ask for the extra sour cream, motherfuckers. Oh, this is... Oh my god. Courtney says, Peeny Ritos. Oh my god. Oh shit. That's what I'm doing. Oh my god. Courtney's paying me back for all the times I cracked jokes in her fucking stream. Oh Lord, I actually got hot laughing at that one. Fuck. You guys ain't right, man. Oh my god. Peeny Ritos. Yeah. Hey, just Z's got a snack stream tomorrow, right? Oh, shit. If you guys don't bring that up in chat tomorrow, I'm going to be greatly disappointed. Peeny-ritos. Oh, my fucking God. Oh, damn. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. I'm fucking dying over here. God damn. Yeah, just get in chat and ask her if she wants any Peeny-ritos. That should fucking go over like gangbusters. Oh my God. Woo! Yeah, okay. Good Lord, people. Oh, shit. Courtney, Motley Crue groupies would pay a lot of money for a Peeny-rito. Yes, they would. Loud singer, I'll take a peen burrito, extra sour cream, hold the cheese. Oh, fuck. Yeah, just, could you slip that fucking burrito in my chalupa, please? Alright, I'm breaking my fucking rule. God damn. You guys, thank you so much for coming into chat. Oh my God. You cracking me the fuck up. Colin says the Slash biography is co-written by Anthony Bozza and it's on Amazon. Okay. Thank you, Colin. I'll have to try to see if I can dig it up. Oh shit, here we go. Courtney says, oh, do they come with the Bermuda cheese? That's the only cheese I'd have to pass on. Loud Singer says combo meal, peen burrito and fish taco. Oh, god damn. Just make mine without guac, please. We don't know how old those peen burritos are, if it comes with guacamole or if it's mold. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you guys are killing Colin over there. All right, people. What do you say? That's just wrong on so many levels. That's just wrong. So, hopefully, on the next stream, we can have Courtney come on to talk about Burrito Gate, and oh Jesus Christ, that would be an '80s Peeny-rito. Yes. Yeah, you guys, thank you so much. The raid has once again fucking taken us off the fucking rails. Okay, Lounge Singer says I'm going to send the book to Courtney to read on her stream Monday. There you go. There, we could make sure I'm there. Lounge Singer, I'm back to work on Mondays, brother. So, I will have to, if Courtney does a Burrito Gate stream on Monday, I will have to go and watch the repeat after I get off work. because unfortunately I have to work and slave for the man. And I'm not even halfway there. So if you get the reference. Work. Just tell your boss about Burrito Gate. My boss, he don't give a fuck about Burrito Gate. Just keep them presses running, baby. That's all I gotta say. This is an emergency. No, it's not. Burrito Gate can wait. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in tonight. It's been real. It's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. Cheers to everybody. Lounge Singer, Courtney, Colin, thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me tonight. I had a blast. But unfortunately, I got to wrap this up. I got to drink this fucking shot. And I definitely... How is this not an emergency? Inquiring minds want to know, but that's just not emergency enough for me to get out of print world to come on the stream to talk about Peeny Ritos. Peeny fucking Ritos. You guys, this is what I am reduced to. I'm reduced to shots and Peeny Ritos. Courtney, that's fucking classic. Thank you so much. Cheers to your health, and I hope you guys have the rest of your weekend is great. I will try to pop on hopefully next Saturday, 11-ish, midnight-ish. And Colin says you've got to wrap it up in a peen burrito, Remy. That... Well, yeah, we'll wrap it in a peen burrito. I think I've got burrito wraps in the fucking fridge. You guys, it's just not even right. Everyone try wearing one tomorrow. Let's compare notes. Yeah, I'll make a burrito loincloth. Even Courtney. All right, yeah. Yeah, we're off the rails. I'm into a shot. I'm going to do this shot, and we're going to end it up. Thank you so much for coming on a Saturday night, and that's kind of what Motley Crue said with their burritos. Yeah, Colin, I know you couldn't resist. Let's do this shot. Cheers, everybody. Oh, god damn. Yeah, that's why I leave the shots to Reese. Oh my god. Lounge Singer says, good night, dudes. We've all learned so much. Yes. What not to stick your peen into. And it's breakfast burritos for the win. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, next Saturday, 11 midnight. If you want to check out my other show, it's Rock and Roll Roundtable on the Moshman channel. Me and Mikey Brown, who's been on the show a few times. We do this rock and roll show once a week. I think we're going to have a guest on the next show. We're doing that tomorrow. That'll be up next Friday. So please check into that. Like, subscribe. Go check out Courtney's channel. Go check out Reese's channel. Go check out Zia's channel. Zia Land. Courtney's channel was that Courtney on YouTube. Go sign up. Courtney's trying to get some members. Courtney's trying to get some members for her birthday coming up. So, if you want to try to do a 24-hour stream, Courtney, hit me up. I might be in for 2, 3, 4 hours late night to help get you through. Just putting that bug in your ear. And Colin says, don't put your peen in the burrito, Lounge Singer. Too late, Colin. All right, guys. On that note, this is XXREMY300XX. See ya! Good night, everybody.